Hello, superhumans out there. I'm Sally Knopp. So, if you've been in a situation where you feel like the flow of money suddenly stopped, this video is for you. So, especially for those of us who are pretty good manifestors, we're manifesting the good things in our life, right? And suddenly, one day, it's like somebody turns off the faucet, the flow of money just stops. There's a lot of things that could be causing that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. This is the body code map by Dr. Bradley Nelson. And when our abundance interrupts the flow, the positive abundance that we want in our lives, there's a lot of things that can take place. And some of those are trapped energies, can be trapped emotional energies. And most commonly blocking that are the heart walls. Now, those are emotions, we've talked about this in the past, that build up over time and where you're like, that'll never happen to me again. Or that person's never going to treat me that way again. You are putting up a wall. And when that happens, you are interfering with the electromagnetic flow of the physical body, believe it or not, because these energies actually do ball up. So, with that said, um, we've talked about abundance before, and this video is going to be different in that I just worked with another client who is a master manifester, and she's able to. I mean, I've seen her evolve over time, where she was able to. Sorry, my dog is barking in the background, and my apologies. She was able to manifest stuff pretty well. But as we worked together and took away the blocks and understood how, language is so important in giving the proper manifestation, making sure that future tense phrases are removed from the language, making sure that the language or the words are spoken out loud. These things are important when we are working on manifesting. And yet, her flow of money suddenly blocked. It just like it shut off, and she just could not understand why. So, as we began to explore what had happened, her language was absolutely correct. So, what do you do when you know that you're doing it right? You know, your focus, your attention and intention is correct. You're paying attention to your language, and yet the flow of money, the thing that you're used to bringing into your life, suddenly just stops. What do you do with that? Well, it was so interesting because the first place I went, I said, in asking the question, what is blocking the flow of money to my client? It took me here to misalignments. Then it took me to systems. This really surprised me. It took me to the nervous system, and then more specifically to the brain. And in the central nervous system, you can see there are three things: the eyes, the spinal cord, and the brain. And so then I said, well, it looks to me, and I've never seen this before, the flow of money is being interrupted or blocked because there's something going on within the brain. So, what was going on within the brain? I went back, I went to energies, and I went to post traumatic energies, and it was physical trauma. And as you see, the energy can be held in the body, much like a kind of a bell. They say rung your bell. That really is true. And that energy can be held within the body. She admitted to me that she had had a fall and hit her head pretty severely, and in fact, had suffered a bit of a concussion a couple of months ago. And I myself had had a recent fall and suffered a light concussion. So I like, wow, I can identify with that. But what is interesting, we went ahead and we removed the trauma, the physical trauma energy from the physical brain. And once we retested that, her abundance was right back to 100%. So the lesson in this video, even to people like me who've been doing this for 8, 9 years, that there is always something new to be learned. And if you are still suffering from a particular problem, understand that there can be other underlying causes. So when you go to your Reiki healer and they move this energy out and you're feeling good for a while and something else comes up, it could be that there's something else underlying that hasn't been seen yet because of the noise on the outer rim of all that, couldn't come through until that was removed. Or it could be how you're processing your information as you move through your life experience. So these are things that are important to watch. I do have one more video that I am going to do about the same kind of a scenario. You will have to look on it. It's a little bit different subject. We're going to be talking about what do you do when you continue to have headaches and depression when all your trapped emotional energy and baggage has been removed and you're completely in full alignment. There is something to that, and we're going to be talking about that in the next video coming up soon. Anyway, I hope that you've liked this video. If you would like to have your abundance checked, maybe you're struggling with the flow of money, reach out to me or somebody like me and see if we can help you. You can find me on sallyknott.com. Take care for now and go out there and ignite the superhuman in you.